Hi, I'm Beryl, and the theme for today's video is branded all over me. We have 5 cherry dishes from 5 countries. Let's begin.
Hello Beryl and everyone. My name is Nina and I'm from Vacaville, California in the US. The dish I want to share with you all is called Albaloo Polo, and it's from my mom's homeland of Iran. Albaloo means sour cherries and Polo means cooked rice. The reason why I love Albaloo Polo so much is because it's the perfect marriage of sweet and sour, and it's very delicious. It always conjures up memories of my mom and my grandma and think of them when I eat it. And also my American dad, I'm very surprised he even loves it since he's neither a lover of rice nor a lover of fruit inside rice. Give Albaloo Polo a try. A totally unexpected taste from the red vibrancy of the cherries, and give it a try. I hope all of you will enjoy it.
The final plating for this dish is so stunningly beautiful, like all of the different colors, quite the showstopper. I'm excited to try this. I've never had cherries with rice. I love it. There is this combo of sweet and sour, and the saffron in the rice is awesome. I like the cherries. I bought sour cherries frozen at the Middle Eastern supermarket near my house because most of the cherries in America are sweet Bing cherries, not the right cherries for this dish. I'm gonna come clean with all of you. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm about to tell you. We had a small disaster when I made this dish. I burnt the living heck out of it the first time. The whole thing had to go in the bin. The method that the recipe gave me to cook the rice was like parboil the rice, then you layer the rice with the cherries, and then you steam cook it. What I ended up with was just like a black bottom, unsavable. It looked kind of terrible. I obviously remade it and it did look fine. What I did the second time around, which I didn't refilm because I was like, rah, I just cooked the rice normally with the cherries inside of it. And I honestly feel like I ended up in the same place, just without the burnt bottom. If you don't burn this rice dish, it's honestly an incredibly simple dish to make. It tastes super special. It definitely is cherry forward, which is what I wanted for the episode. Overall, it's a win. Let's talk about the artist behind me. Her name is Eliza Young, and she is from Washington State here in the US. She said that a lot of her inspiration comes from traditional tattoo art with a little bit of that hand-drawn quality. I absolutely love her stuff. I'm leaving a link in the description so you can support and follow her work. I have worked with Burcu many times in the past. I love this company. They are a monthly Japanese snack subscription box service. The theme for this month is Japanese onsen. Each box comes packed with all sorts of snacks, from savory to sweet, even teas. And the booklet that it comes with allows you to explore all of these snacks based on where they're from. You can learn about the regions, learn about the snacks themselves, and one of my favorite things about Burcu is that they work with family-run businesses. I am so intrigued by this walnut mochi. Oh my god, it's so soft. 10 out of 10. Whoa, I've never had a mochi like this before. Sweet, but not too sweet. This beautiful nutty texture. As you know, through this channel, I believe one of the best ways to explore a culture is with food, and I think that Burcu does an amazing job at doing that. This is great if you want it for yourself. It's honestly an amazing gift. I truly do love this company. If you're interested in trying it out for yourself or somebody else, you can use my code BERYL, and that will give you $15 off your first order. Okay, now we're gonna do another cherry dish.
Hi Beryl, my name is Patricia. I am half Hungarian and half German, and I want to present to you a Hungarian cherry dish called Meggyleves, which is translated to sour cherry soup. and it is a sweet but cold served soup made out of cherries and cream and spices. It is served as an appetizer, sometimes also as a dessert. Meggyleves, the refreshing sweet dish, especially in hot summer days like right now. It has a nice pink color from the cherries. It has a lot of spices in it, so it also has a little bit of a Christmas taste to it. Hungary is known for its love for soups, and yeah, you can make this type of soup of other fruits as well, but the most common one is the sour cherry one. I remember my mom making this soup for us, for my brother and me, when we were kids, even though she doesn't like the dish very much. But we loved it, so she always made it for us. Every time when I'm in Hungary and we go to a restaurant and it's on the menu, I like to order it, and I feel nostalgic when I eat it. Cherry season for me is like pure summer, or like to sit together with my mom and after a long day out in the garden and yeah, sit with her and eat cherries together, because that's her favorite fruit. And every time when it's summer and I'm at my parents' house, she always buys tons of them, because she says that when it's cherry season we have to enjoy every bit of it. You should try this dish, because it's not so common to have a cold and sweet soup, so it's a little bit special, and it's lovely and refreshing, and yeah, it just reminds me of home.
Pink cherry soup. I love it. Honestly, I think the best part of this is how fun it is making these pink kind of hero shots for everything so far. I've loved it. This is not my first rodeo with a fruit soup on this channel. Shan't we forget appelsiensoppa from Sweden in the orange episode. Ooh, I'm definitely getting that like Christmassy taste from the cloves and the cinnamon and the star anise. This is very refreshing. The sour cherries are sour, but they're not so sour that I'm like puckering my mouth. I kind of want to just like, I like the drink of the broth. I feel like I would just drink this broth. I mean, I did just drink the broth. This is good. I did want to mention something which I just think is so exciting and feels so on brand for the channel. These earrings, look at how cute they are. These are made by a subscriber like you guys. Her name is Jessica Lozen. She also is an earring designer. She made me these cherry earrings for the cherry episode, but she also has strawberry earrings, lemon earrings, orange earrings, which if you might ring a bell, we have done all of those episodes here. I'm leaving a link to her Etsy channel where if you're interested in buying one of her pairs, I just think, how cool is this? Like a pair of earrings for the show. Literally my dream come true. Everything I've ever loved. Jessica, thank you so much. I love them. And I hope you guys like them too. We can twin. Anyway, now that I got all excited about that, more cherry dishes, please.
My name is Elise, and today I'll be telling you about Krieken met Ballekes from Belgium. Krieken met Ballekes, or cherry meatballs, are pitted cherries in syrup with meatballs paired with bread or sometimes potatoes. I like this dish because it makes me feel connected to my country, with how popular American culture is becoming and how widespread it is. It's nice to have a little something that's just from your country. It really makes me feel like a Belgian, even though I'm speaking with an American accent right now. This dish is common in Belgium, but I think people are forgetting about it, and I'm forgetting about it too. I don't have any particular memories about Krieken met Ballekes, but it does remind me a lot of my grandparents, because I think about what they ate when they were my age often and just how their general life was like at my age. Well, it's cherry season right now here, and my mother will always, every Friday when she comes back from the grocery store, bring back like a large container of cherries, and it'll be gone in a matter of seconds. I think if you have the ingredients on hand, you should definitely give it a go. Jeroen Meus, who is a very famous cook here in Belgium, has it on his website under comfort food, and that's not for no reason. It's like warm and a little sweet and easy to put together to just have a quick meal. So next time that you're at the grocery store and you see a jar of cherries, think about bringing them with you and making Krieken met Ballekes.
Honestly, I love meatballs. I have done 2 meatball episodes in the past, and interestingly enough, this sour cherry meatball reminds me of some other meatballs that I've made. It's a very interesting combination. I think you probably won't find many other meat dishes with a fruit sauce like this. Oh my god. This is so good. I think for some people, the idea of a fruit sauce with meat might be surprising, but give it a try. The sourness with like the fattiness of the meat, and there's like a bit of sweetness because you've cooked down the sauce. I mean, this is a perfect bite. I love everything about it. I wanted the sauce in this to be a little bit thicker, so I made a cornstarch slurry. I did it off camera, but trust me, it worked really, really quickly and it worked really, really well. I thought that the meatballs would be a little bit bland because there just like wasn't that much stuff that went into the mixture, but the cherry sauce is so flavorful and powerful that like it all balances really, really well. I'm gonna have it with some bread. The cherry sauce has like soaked into the bread. I ate all of it. Even the cherries are good. All of it. I loved this. Make cherry meatballs. Just do it.
My name is Burcu. I was born and raised in Turkey and I still live here. Today I want to share with you Vişneli Ekmek Kadayıfı. It roughly translates as bread kadayıf with cherry sauce. It is a recipe from Ottoman times. I like Vişneli Ekmek Kadayıfı because I like the combination of sweet and sour, and this recipe is a perfect example for that. It's really sweet, then the sourness of cherry kicks in. It's a common recipe all across Turkey. It is especially popular in the city of Afyon because they have the best clotted cream and this dessert is served with it. Since it's a relatively simple recipe, you can make it anytime and you can find it everywhere in Turkey. Even in the markets, you can find the plain version of Ekmek Kadayıfı. When I was a child, my mom and my grandma used to make this dessert when guests were coming over or just because we crave for it. It reminds me of that times, how family and friends come and eat this delicious dessert together. My grandpa used to grow his own fruits like cherries, apples, grapes, etc. We used to go to his summer house and pick cherries ourselves and eat them straight from the trees. Nothing was more delicious. I like how cherries are both sweet and sour. It is so fresh and has a balanced taste. If you are a cherry lover like me, you would love Vişneli Ekmek Kadayıfı because the cherry taste is so rich and fulfilling and it goes great with kadayıf.
Turkey coming through again with a old recipe like what we had in the egg episode. It was also, I believe, from Ottoman kings.
Chilbert was being cooked for Ottoman sultans for breakfast particularly and the midday meal.
Kings in Turkey knew how to eat, you know? Kind of like yesterday when I was like, ooh, the bread is soaking up the cherry juice. Here we are, bread that has soaked up the cherry juice. I'm a sucker for bread pudding. This is like an interesting take on that because it's got the sourness and sweetness of the cherries. I like when desserts are not that sweet, and this one is not that sweet. If you're looking for a dessert that's sweet but not too sweet and also very different and exciting, look no further.
Hello Beryl, my name is Becky. I live in Traverse City in America, the cherry capital of the United States. The recipe I'd like to talk to you today is about maraschino cherries. Maraschino cherries is an ingredient that can be added to items such as cola, ginger ale, soda, or mixed beverages. My family and I believe that our cherries are better than store-bought cherries because the flavor can't be beat. Maraschino cherries are made from freshly picked or store-bought cherries when cherries are not in season. The cherries are pitted, brined in a saltwater bath, and added to a simple syrup, bringing them to a boil before storing. You can store the cherries and the syrup in the refrigerator for a couple of weeks. We make larger batches of cherries and can them with the simple syrup. We love the homemade drinks with maraschino cherries. It reminds us of summer. We savor them and we try to make our cherries last until the following July when cherries are in season again. Maraschino cherries seem harder to find for our family, so we decided to can them to enjoy them year-round. Making maraschino cherries stems from my childhood. My first paying job when I was younger was picking fruit. I take my family picking all kinds of fruits to carry on the understanding of where food comes from. The canning aspect of fruits reminds me of my grandmother. She canned many fruits and vegetables and stored them in her dirt-floored basement. I loved watching and learning this from my mother and grandmother. Cherries are a great fruit, both sweet and tart or completely tart, a refreshing part of summer. I recommend giving this recipe a try to spice up a drink, added to muffins, or for a fruit substitute. Cheers and thanks.
This whole time I've been saying maraschino cherries. Am I wrong? Maybe there's two ways to say it. I can't believe that I made them myself. It was a lengthy process. 3 days. It was all very passive, but like you have to do things in steps in order to preserve the cherries, and it just takes a while. I made like a cherry soda. Oh, it's so hot in here because I have to have the AC off to film. This is really nice versus like all the hot foods that I have to eat. Come here, cherry, time to try you. A lot less sweet than like the bright red maraschino cherries. It tastes still like a cherry, but like kind of candied. The syrup in this is kind of what made my pretty pink drink. My favorite part of this whole process was the cherry pitting part. I bought that on Amazon. I'll leave a link to it if you wanna get one. I bet you could also use it for olives because literally the other day I was like, how the heck do you de-pit an olive yourself? I digress. Anyway, slamming it shut and all the seeds coming out, so satisfying. It was honestly, that was fun. I think what I liked most about learning how to make this was the idea of using fruit when it's in season and preserving it to use throughout the year. Because honestly, like you eat cherries for what, like a couple of weeks a year, and then kind of that's it. And it is nice to have that kind of reminder of summertime in your fridge that could hold you over until next year. Now, I didn't actually can them because I don't know how to do that, but I do need to learn because I have a pickling episode coming up, so gotta get on that. But they will last for a couple of weeks in your fridge, so it's probably long enough, right? Check the description for all of the recipes and everything else that I talked about. In the meantime, here is our strawberry episode and here is an orange episode. Keep it in the fruit family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Enjoy cherry season.